Well, I'm originally from DC, so I would say Politics and Prose is one of my favorite bookstores in the district. And I work in Greenpoint, so I really love going to Word Books in Greenpoint. And so I feel it's really clean, the staff is amazing, just like at Housing Works. So those are two of my favorite bookstores.
For me, definitely Green Light Bookstore in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Housing Works for sure. And also, there's another bookstore, of course, where is it? It's a very, very tiny bookstore. I'm forgetting the name. They're going to be really upset at me, but I'm loving it. It's actually in Williamsburg. I'm not sure if it's Word, but it's another bookstore that's actually off the beaten path. It's very like a hole in the wall.
It's Spoonbill. Spoonbill, right? Spoonbill, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, exactly.
I don't mean to steal from Nicole, but Green Light Bookstore was my bookstore when I lived in Brooklyn, and they were so supportive of me when my novel first came out. I have a picture of myself when the book was in their window. It was the first time I'd ever seen my book in a window. This was just 2 years ago, and I was like, but they've just been so good about supporting not only the novel, but even my poems that just came out. And the poems came out while I was gigantically pregnant, and I haven't done barely anything to advertise them, and Greenlight reached out to me and said, hey, we know you have some poems coming out. We haven't done a reading for them. You want to do something? And I was just, come on. Yeah. So nice. Such a great community bookstore. In the Virgin Islands, we had one bookstore in St. Thomas that actually recently closed down. And it was a beautiful bookstore. When my collection of stories came out, that's where I had my book launch. And they closed down, and we were just without a bookstore in the Virgin Islands, in St. Thomas anyway, for years. And then just like 2 years ago, this little bookstore called the Reader's Nook opened up. And let me tell you how the bookstore, where the bookstore is. You know, if you have to go store your like old couch in like the storage place, you know what I'm talking about? Like Cube or whatever. Like you go and you like lift up, you go into this big warehouse and you lift it up and it's like AC, and you know, like in the movies that's where they hide people's bodies and stuff. Like that's what a bookstore is. So like somebody's like moving in their furniture to the storage place, and then there's a bookstore. So there's actually a bookstore in the storage facility, and it's a real legit bookstore. When you go in, you're like, wow, it's all carpeted and everything, but it's about the signs of the stage that we're on. And I actually did a reading there. It was so fun, because people were just like, you know, because it's really and truly the size of the stage. And it's right now our only bookstore in St. Thomas, the Reader's Nook.